Hello, my name is Sierra Jackson, and this is my final project presentation for Icom 201. I will go ahead and start out with some basic information about my project. The website is a work portfolio for myself, and so overall it's just intended to showcase my skills, my work samples, and my employment history to any potential employers. So the potential audience for this would be any potential employers, and that is a variety of ages, genders. It really could be anyone that could be looking to hire me. And so as a graduating senior, this is essential in my job search to be able to showcase different skills such as graphic design, any social media experience I have, writing, because in this field it's important to be able to show examples. And so it does include a variety of my own of my work from previous positions that I have held while in school. And so I will go ahead and pull up the website, and this is what my website looks like. Up at the top it does have my name and then PR, design, and digital media, which are kind of the main fields I am interested in getting into, and so I like to keep those there just to kind of let people know that, put them next to my name, that that's what I'm about. And so the main page does have this slider image of a Mac. Of a Mac keyboard and everything. I do like that because sometimes when people think, design and everything, they may think Mac, and it's a nice simple image. It's not too distracting, and it doesn't take away from the content on the website. And so here are these links down at the bottom. I do have a contact one, so if you click that, it takes to the contact page. And so if they were interested in contacting me or emailing me, I want that available to them. And this one here can take them to my Twitter. So it's good to be able to show social media experience and that I'm good with it. This one here will take them to my portfolio. So these are basically just some little quick links to take them to some main places, and they pop out. I like the way they stand out. This takes them to my LinkedIn. And of course, this one pulls up my resume, which is essential in job searching. And so I like them because they stand out, they pop, they're simple, but they give it a little more of a creative look than just putting a plain little link that says, here's my resume. And so those are there. And then up here is the main navigation. And so they can go to the About page to learn a little bit more about me. I have my most recent headshot there. Just a little bit explaining what I'm studying at Ball State, seeking full-time employment, that I'm graduating in May, some basic information that any employer would want to know, just some more fun facts about me. Served on some committees, on my sorority's executive board and such, and then another image just of me in Indy, because I wanted to include that because I am looking to work in Indy, and so it's just a little fun image to give it a little more personality. My resume page here, I have inserted an image onto the page, and I'll talk about this later. During my usability testing, this is one of the things that was suggested to me, and then I also had this originally, which pulls a PDF up for them in a new tab. So I did both just because I'm not, you never know the employer's preference, and it's good to provide them both ways to view it. My portfolio, I have it separated out. So graphic design is first, just some pieces that I've worked on while working at the Muncie, Delaware County Chamber of Commerce, the Ball State Foundation, and then the Career Center as well. Just a couple different pieces to showcase different types. My writing samples here, they can click those and they can pop up as PDFs so that they're easy to read. This is a piece I worked on for the foundation, and then there's just some more there. Social media management. I wanted to showcase this because I have spent the last year managing the Ball State University Alumni Association Facebook page and Twitter, and so I just have some samples here to show the reach and engagement on these posts. A lot of if you say you have social media experience, it's good to be able to give numbers to put with that instead of just saying I know how to use Facebook, because that is very broad. So I've added those there. My contact page is the final page. It does give them my email so that if they are interested in pursuing me as a potential employee, that they can do that. Okay, and so here's just a website breakdown to show my navigation just a little more clear and simple right here. I did have the home, about, resume, portfolio with design, written, and social media sample sections, and a contact page. My SWOT summary. So following my usability tests, I did find strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats in my websites. And I'll go over those a little bit. So fortunately, my weaknesses were easily fixable due to the constructive criticism that I received from my tests. It's good to get an outside perspective on something that I created, because others will look at it differently than I will. Since I already know exactly how the website works, I'm grateful for the opinions of others, because they will not, I won't see it the way they do. And so, according to my results, the categories that my website had strengths in were the navigation and task-based tests. And so that meant that the users did not struggle with navigating throughout the website, and they were easily able to complete the tasks I presented them with. Some weaknesses about my website, the user's experience would be the content testing category. I did take their thoughts and built off of them by creating more content. I added more to my about page, more to my portfolio, making the content easier to view. For example, one of the suggestions I received was to add my resume in on the page itself and not just a link, and giving both options just makes it a little more user-friendly. And so I took that suggestion, and I definitely was happy with the result there. My test group consisted of 11 people. They ranged from age 19 to age 48 and were a mix of males and females. I chose to mix up the genders because this website does not have a very specific target audience, since employers can be of all different ages and all different genders. And so the demographics that I asked included general questions about their field of study. I wanted to know this in order to get an idea of their experience with usability testing and websites beforehand, just to kind of get an idea of the kind of answers they may give me. And so now I'm going to move on to going a little bit over the individual question and breakdown analysis. And so I just kind of went over the demographics, the age of my users. They ranged, the mean or average age ended up being 24 years old. The gender, out of my 11 responses, 63% were female and 37% were male. The areas of study varied from PR, business, hospitality, legal studies, social work, architecture, Icom, advertising, and different ones like that. Navigation. I was very happy with this answer because it does mean that I initially had a good layout and navigation system on the website. I did get fives all across the board, which meant that my test participants understood how to interact with the site. This one was a little more mixed. Basically just how, if they got lost while using the site. They were ultimately positive. The average answer was 4.27, but I did, after this, go ahead and add in those other buttons at the bottom that kind of helped give a clearer, quick link to get to somewhere. And I apologize, I'm losing my voice. The content was organized clearly by the various pages. Again, I got very positive results on this one, so I do know my organization was a strength through my test results, which was very reassuring. Content was clear and simple to use. Good results there. Informative on the subject. I did get quite a few 4s on this one, and so that's, motivated me to add some more information. I added a little bit to the about section, added another picture to give it just a little more personality, and then of course some more samples as well. Average answer here was a 4.54. Task-based. Some of the tasks I had were to find where I held a certain position, and so that of course meant they needed to go to the resume, find the work history, and so any user who understands how a resume would include work history like that was able to find it, and everyone was able to find this one because the resume was so clearly located there. A couple more task-based ones. And then, yeah, I definitely say I gained a lot from the task-based tests because they allow me to actually see the process the user's going through instead of just saying, oh, do you see the resume page? And them saying yes or no. I can actually test if they went to the resume page by saying, okay, well, which company did I hold this position for? Because then I know they had to end up at the resume page and have that pulled up. All right, and then here is my appendices, all my test questions on what they looked like in the Google form. And here are my results. I did export them to in Excel. It's just a little easier to organize for me that way. And that is about it. And so, yeah, I really enjoyed working on this project. One more thing, I did change a couple things. There was, with the custom CSS, I did change these to a teal color, the main navigation buttons. I did that to make them pull and match my resume. I try to kind of have my own little self-branding. I try to pull the teal in places like this on my resume and on my cover letters. And so I also removed a navigation box that had been stuck on the home page, and I could not figure out how to remove it until I did a little research, looked through some forums on this theme and everything, and those were all very helpful. So yeah, I'm really excited about this site. I definitely plan to continue using it. The domain fits perfectly for me to continue using as I move forward since I'm graduating, and I think it'll be really helpful in the future during my job searches.